All right, welcome back. It's funny. Sometimes the simplest phrases, the ones we see all the time, are hiding something really interesting. Today we're going to look at just 3 words, but trust me, when we pull them apart, we're going to find this whole story about identity, action, and conflict. So let's dive in.
So here it is. This is our entire source material for today. Just 3 little words. You've seen them, you've heard them a million times. Looks pretty simple, doesn't it? But what if we look a little closer?
And that's really the big question here. I mean, forget about sports for a second. What is this phrase actually saying? What's the deep down structure? We're going to treat this thing like a linguistic puzzle, not a baseball game. It's a tiny, perfect sentence all about conflict.
Okay, so with any puzzle, you gotta start with the pieces, right? So let's start with the very first one, our first contender in this little drama. Let's just pull this word out all by itself. Forget everything else for a moment. Just Dodgers. What even is a Dodger? And more importantly, what does that name really mean?
Okay, check this out. The root of the word is a verb, an action, to dodge. It's all about moving, getting away from something, right? Evasion. So right off the bat, we've got an identity that's built completely on a physical act. And this is the key. You start with the action, to dodge. Then you just tack on that "ers" at the end, and bam, the action becomes the actor. Their entire identity is defined by what they do. They are, literally, the ones who dodge. It's an identity based on doing.
All right, so if our first team is defined by action, what about our second team? Let's give them the exact same treatment and see what we find.
Okay, right away you can see something's different here. This isn't one word made from a verb. Nope. It's 2 separate words that team up to make a single identity, a compound name. Let's pull them apart.
First up, we've got blue. It's an adjective, right? A descriptor. It gives us a quality, a characteristic. Notice it's not describing an action, it's describing a state of being.
And then you have jays. That's our noun, the thing itself, a type of bird. This is the actual entity that blue is describing. It's a group of beings.
So you see the difference here. It's huge. The Dodgers' identity is all about doing something, dodging. But the Blue Jays, their identity is based on being something. They're a specific thing, Jays, with a specific quality, blue. It's an identity of description, not of action. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, so we've got our 2 sides, we've analyzed them, but what actually smashes them together? What creates all the tension? Well, it's this tiny but super powerful word right in the middle. This is the engine of the whole conflict.
I mean, just look at how efficient this is. 2 letters, VS. It's an abbreviation, but it sets up this immediate pure opposition. It's like the linguistic glue that forces these 2 very different identities to face off.
And the meaning couldn't be clearer, right? Against. In opposition to. It just draws a line right down the middle and says, okay, you two, you're now in a fight. It locks them into a struggle.
So let's put it all together now. On one side, you've got the Dodgers, a group defined by an action. The Evaders, they're the ones who do. And on the other side, the Blue Jays, a group defined by who they are, their identity. The Bluebirds, they're the ones who are, doing versus being.
And this is the point of impact. It's the pivot point for the whole phrase. The entire drama, the whole story, it's all packed right into these 2 little letters. So we're back where we started. But now, the phrase just hits differently, doesn't it? It's not just a matchup for a game anymore. It's a full-on story in 3 words. A group defined by what they do is now in direct opposition to a group defined by who they are.
And that's where we have to leave it. See, the phrase itself is just the setup. It's not the end of the story. It presents the conflict, but it leaves the ending wide open. It's a statement of opposition that makes you wonder, when action goes up against identity, who comes out on top? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.